on people, welcome back to the channel. We've literally just opened our eyes. As you've already seen, we've made some electrolytes and stuff, got our supplements in, and off to the gym for fasted cardio. Gonna do a sauna session straight after as well. It's a rest day today, so gonna try and get as much of a recovery protocol, if that's what you want to call it, in. And then later on, Paige has got, oh, the tracking thing stuck on. Paige has got a posing lesson with Phoebe. So, I'm going to take you along for the ride for that as well. A bit more of an insight into Paige's side of things to prep. Someone's parked right up my ass, so try to get my car here. But yeah, going to take you along for a ride for that, and then see you in a bit. Excuse the moustache, obviously, like I said, I just woke up. I'm not doing that shit. It takes a while in the morning, and quite frankly, I don't give a fuck.
And salt.
And a bit of salt. You don't have aromat, do you? No. For me, aromat, Polish seasoning, got to plug George Osborne for that one, black pepper, and smoked paprika as well. So Paige has accidentally done a smiley face in sauce on her breakfast. I thought she'd done it on purpose, but apparently not.
I just squiggled it on.
To be fair, that's not nice.
Some of the bacons are a bit burnt.
Standard, like a crispy.
Yeah. That's fine.
Look at that top as well. Oosh. Wow. So something we were just saying now, basically we're both completely opposite with the way we have our eggs. She does not like them runny whatsoever.
Hence the mixing in the pan, making it like an omelette.
Yep. And I love cracking an egg and mopping up the yolk. Oh shit. I'm mopping up the yolk afterwards, so yeah. They say opposites attract.
Down your back saying, what's the fucking story? Why did you miss this gym session this week? Or send me across your execution clips or whatever. You know, you're a lot more dialed in, bro.
Hello, so it's a few hours now from when you last saw us earlier. So we've just been to Tesco, grabbed a couple of bits. Since you did see us earlier, we've just basically been doing some admin. But we're now on our way to my posing lesson. So it's only my third posing lesson. I've still got a lot to learn, but yeah, very, very excited. Because the other posing lessons I have had was when I was in my off season as well, so I was a lot fluffier. So even though I'm not quite lean yet, it will just be nice to kind of see how the shapes come now, which is a little less body fat on me. And yeah, we are going to get some of that filmed as well for you guys to see if any of you are interested. You can see me mess that up because posing's actually very, very hard. A lot harder than you might think. Like, before I had any posing lessons, I was just kind of trying to learn from other people online. People would post like videos and photos and all that kind of stuff, and I would just try and kind of implement my own thing, but not knowing like any actual cues or anything like that. And it was okay, like it wasn't terrible, but it was only when I had my first lesson with Phoebe, and she kind of corrected me on things, and I was like, wow, this is actually so hard. So yeah, looking forward to that now today. Probably going to go through some more finer details. I think we've gone through a lot of the basic stuff, like mandatories, some walking and things like that. So maybe some more kind of like things with the hands, like the flow, that kind of stuff. And that is definitely what I do struggle with the most as well. I feel like a bit of a robot when I do try to move my hands and my shoulders and everything. So yeah, hopefully we'll have some more improvements after today. But for now, Keen's gonna carry on driving me to my posing lesson. To be fair, since we moved here last week, he has done literally all of the driving. I haven't touched the steering wheel since we've been here. The roads are a bit more crazy compared to in Wales, so
fucking chauffeur, mate.
yeah. It is his car, to be fair, so I am insured on it. But yeah, I'm gonna wait a little while longer until I build up the courage to probably get behind the wheel myself. But anyway, he's gonna carry on driving me to the posing lesson, and yeah, we'll catch you when we are there.
Good. Nice. So we'll clean up all your arms and stuff today as well. Yeah, so let's go from your front post for a minute. Just get over there, because you'll be on that crease, I think. Okay. Quarter turn. Your upper body doesn't look kind of dominant today. No? Because I know that you pulled it, didn't you, a little bit? In your front pose, you're just leaning forwards a little bit too much. Okay. So hit your front shot for me. I want you to also, so if you stand up a little bit, and then slide that finger towards your belly button, by finger I mean the thumb. Which one's your favourite side?
I don't know. I know I prefer this leg in front.
Yes.
But I think for the side, maybe this side.
Yeah. I think you look like you've got more glute pop. I think from the other side, I think it's because your other quad's more dominant. Yeah. I'll just remember your shots as well. So you can go into your front pose. You'll just basically do a circle. Now, circle. Go on. Yes. Nearly. So you can get this is just fine tuning anyway. So circle, touch your legs, and then slide. Good. You're really sharp. Your glutes look so much bigger to me because your body fat starts coming off. Yeah. So you're showing the shape now. That's mental. Look at it in the mirror. That's it. Right. So you've got 4 walks to the rear of the stage. So you're going to go right, left, step back, then pick that left leg up, strut, 2, 3, 4, step out left, right, position your head, and back, turn to face the front, and hold your pose at the back. So you're going to go left, right, step back on the left, turn, slide the right hand up, left arm flicks over, slide that hand towards your belly button, and return to the front, so right arm hold them off, flick the leg, strut, 2, 3, however many you need, and then you're just going to go back into your front pose. Good. Is there any sides that you don't like, or do you want to put all 4 shots in?
Yeah, I don't think. Not when we do this.
I don't think you've got a bad side. Potentially, as you get leaner, you might think that one is quite a lot more dominant than the other.
Yes, I think because when I was fluffier as well, it's always looked better in front. But I think since I started being a little bit leaner, this one's coming through now as well. So I just think
it's going to be your front pose as well.
Just seeing how I'm looking.
Yes.
Beard on the line.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah? Can I have a look? Don't worry if you get it, because I want to see it. I want to see if you look if I need to keep your hands down on that back bit. Yeah. Muscularity. Ready? On you go. I'll look in the mirror actually. Glute shot facing that way. Yes. And then you're going to, so from there, you're going to step into this. Do your shoulder pop next. So go pop forward back. Yeah, but sharper. Yeah! Boom. So it's not as
Yeah.
because you're strong. This will come. Yeah, this will come. Yeah, this will come. Sassy. I like a cute sassy.
Yeah.
Cute sassy, and then back leg will do a little flick, flick, strut. One, two. shoulder pop, flick, stroke. Loads better. Yeah! So your next things that we need to do is literally just practice swapping placings, etc. So it's like as if it's real time stage. Obviously go over all that, polish up what we definitely want to do for your arrow look. And then it's big cases turning you that way and just practicing that and we're like full run throughs. But yeah, nailed it.
God, we're bumpy.
That's what gimbals for.
Yeah, true. So that's my posing lesson done and dusted. We pretty much covered what I kind of expected that we would. So it was kind of just going over more like flows, just like my hands, feet positioning, that kind of thing. We did also go through a short routine as well, which was really nice, and it's given me a lot of confidence as well. Just knowing that I can come away with more to kind of practice and go over really. It was a lot to take in, and generally like I do leave these lessons kind of not forgetting what we've done, but it does take me a good couple of run throughs. Thankfully like Phoebes will just kind of get us to video everything, so I've got the whole lesson to take away with me. I can watch through it and just kind of pause along with the video, and that's when it really sticks then. And yeah, I'm in a place now where I can kind of just start practicing different things, just adding in little bits to show like my kind of personality as well, as that's what a lot of people do with posing as well. It's just to kind of show your personality along with showing off the physique that you're bringing to the stage. So we're currently now on our way back home. We did post some question boxes on Instagram as well. We just wanted to see basically what you guys just wanted to ask, what you wanted to know about us, got any questions. We've had a couple through, so we're gonna just do those now whilst we're on the way home.
Also, speaking of our Instagram, if you don't follow us on Instagram, our Instagram links are in the bio of our channel. Head over and follow us on there, because there are obviously more updates and different things we post on there compared to on YouTube. This is more like our life in general, isn't it?
Just gonna plug that in there.
Yep. Shameless plug.
So, first question, very simple. How has the move made you feel as you've obviously gone so far? So, if you did miss the first episode, go and watch that. But if not, anyway, we've moved from Wales, so we're 4 hours away now, from Wales to Sheffield. So we are quite far away. In regards to just the kind of time it would take us to travel home to see family and that kind of thing. And yeah, you know, like I've never really ventured around Sheffield before. The only time I've been up here really is with Keenan in the past when we've gone to Ultraflex. So it's a very, very big change. But I think because it is such early days, like we're literally 5 days into the move, so it's like we're still kind of just finding our feet, just trying to find structure, find which way things work best for us. Obviously as well, like I've transitioned fully to online coaching from doing in-person training as well, so it's like in a way I feel like I've got a lot of spare time, but I haven't, because it just means that time that I'd be training people in person, I now need to be putting that into my online anyway. So yeah, it's still early days, but so far we love it. Like, one of the main reasons we came here was for the gym. That might sound sad to some people, but obviously we're very, very serious about bodybuilding as well as coaching, and we think that being in the environment that we've put ourselves in is just going to help with both massively. So do you have anything to add?
To be honest, no. I couldn't have said that any better myself, to be honest. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a step back from that one. That was perfect.
Yeah, it's not too much we can say about it yet, really. Can we expect to see lots more competing and possibly IFBB Pro cards in the future? So for me, this year is my first time anyway. So I'm currently in for 2 shows, and that should be it. To be fair, for my first season, like I think that's going to be enough for me. IFBB Pro card is obviously the long-term goal. You know, I suppose not everyone gets into competing for the IFBB Pro card. Like, some people maybe just want to dabble into it a little bit, but I definitely want that to be the end goal. Well, not the end goal, but that is the goal that is hopefully in sight, and then we can just see where it goes from there. What about you?
Yeah, so I'm in for 3 shows this year. Obviously my first season last year I just did the 1. I felt like for the first time that was enough for me. I took the wrong turn. Yeah, I felt like that was enough time for me for the first season, but this season we are going in for a few more. Obviously I love competing with 2 pros, that's where I want to be. Again, with me, the IFBB Pro card is the long-term goal. As it is for anyone really who takes competing seriously. Like no one, everyone would want the pro card if they could get it, you know. But yeah, this year we're going to do 2 pro show again. I'm doing back-to-back shows. I got another show then in, I got 1 show in Wigan, sorry, and then another show the day after with PCA. I've never done a PCA show before, so we're going to do PCA Wales. I felt like they're supposed to be quite good as well, quite enjoyable, and it just gives me more stage time, more time like to build my confidence up with competing and stuff, so I felt like that was a good shout. Obviously our coach Richie had recommended I do that as well. And then 1 more show then towards October time, so I'm doing 3 this season, and then probably going to be going off for a big off season then moving forward from that.
Yeah, we probably then it'd be 2027, wouldn't it?
Probably, yeah. I know.
Proper off season for us both.
Yeah, like you've made a substantial amount of growth in the, to be honest, short amount of time that you've had. You've blown up, absolutely blown up. Like, and that's not. I'm biased because I'm a fucking fiance, but at the same time, like I am quite critical of you as well. Right? Like,
yeah.
I won't beat around the bush, and I will tell her the fucking truth. Like I'll take my emotion out of it and will speak from a coach's standpoint. And it is unreal how much growth she's developed over the past few months. With me, I need a lot more growing. Classic these days is unbelievable. I've had this conversation with a few people, and the way Classic's going with the legs in general, like these boys are coming through with absolutely monstrous legs, and fucking my legs are nowhere near. This year I focused on bringing my upper up because my feedback from last year was they wanted more chest, so I focused on really hammering that and bringing my chest up, which I managed to get 11 centimeters on that in total. So my chest got brought up a lot, but the thing is, like, at that, to achieve that I had to obviously reduce the amount of frequency and volume on my legs from a recovery standpoint. So I haven't been training legs as much, and I had a pretty serious back injury, so I was really struggling to get my work done when it came to like any hinge work and stuff like that, even like hack squatting with it. So that's been a bit of a struggle. So it's going to be 2027 for the pair of us, mainly for me because I need to really bring my legs up after this now. So yeah, I'm rambling a bit now.
How has your life changed since you started bodybuilding? Better or for worse?
Speed camera ahead.
I mean, we're still both doing it, so I think the short answer
Clearly
is
fucking
better. If it was worse, I definitely wouldn't be doing it. For me, I think just, I wouldn't say it's bodybuilding in particular, but I think just switching over to this lifestyle anyway, just really saved me, like, before I started training, and getting into my nutrition, and just, yeah, like, over time, like, I haven't always trained like a bodybuilder, but I think in the sense of being extremely, like, regimented, always been on plan, like, really structured nutrition, like, hitting my steps, getting my cardio done, and just being, like, bang on with my training as well. Like, in that respect, I would say I've been bodybuilding for a long time, for about, like, 5-6 years, pretty much since I started training, but I did start with more like powerlifting kind of training. But yeah, probably maybe like 2.5 years where I've really been fully bodybuilding. And then yeah, like this year then it's just when I've decided to like finally take the dive and actually get on stage, show it off. But yeah, like, long story short, it saved me, so yeah, it's like I can't see myself not doing it now. Really. What about you?
Yeah, so around about the same thing for me, to be honest. We're quite similar, aren't we, on most things. So yeah, about the same with me. Like, before bodybuilding, I was going to the gym. I was just average, gym goer. Enjoyed training, but no real structure. And did suffer with a lot of like mental health and stuff. So I was struggling big time. And I did a photo shoot, basically. I prepped for a photo shoot, and I can remember to this day. I can remember the moment that it just all clicked to me, and I was like, this is like not my purpose. That sounds stupid, but fucking almost, yeah. This is my, like, I've always felt lost. I felt different to everyone else I used to be around. So like where I'm from, nothing against, like, everyone lives their own life, nothing against it, but everyone just was living for the weekend, partying, you know, fucking hitting the bag, wherever, working 9 to 5, and then that was it. And I was sitting there, and I was always felt singled out. I felt like I was always left out from everything, and it wasn't because the people were leaving me out, it's just I wasn't interested in the same things as everyone else. And like, even with conversations, everyone would be like, oh yeah, last weekend I've been out doing this, blah blah blah, and I could just feel myself, not because I'm ignorant, but I could just feel myself switching off from the conversations. And then I got into prep for my photo shoot, I moved to a different gym, I started speaking to the people that were on the photo shoot with me, got friendly with them, and noticed that I just got along with them so much better, because they had the same goals, they had the same ambitions, they had ambitions. They weren't happy with being where they were, they weren't happy with being comfortable. They wanted to push themselves, they wanted to go out of their comfort zones, and they wanted to grow in life. And having those conversations, like, those are the only conversations I'm interested in. I'm not interested in talking shit about like random stuff. Like, I'm interested in talking about what people's ambitions are in life, what their goals are, where they want to go, like, do you know what I mean, what they're working towards, things like that. And that's when, like, I remember being in the photo shoot, on the day of the photo shoot, we're all oiled up, we're pumping up in the gym, and everyone's just like helping each other out, spotting each other, bigging each other up, like amping each other up. And I just looked at one of the guys in the photo shoot, and I was like, I fucking love this shit. Like, it gave me the feeling like the guy who owned the gym was running the photo shoot as well, and he said, fucking get your tops off, boys, fucking go for it, like, and you were videoing at the same time. And I was like, this almost gives me like old school bodybuilding vibes, genuinely. Like,
Pumping iron.
Yeah, pumping iron. Like, they gave me that type of vibe, and I was just like, I fucking love, like, yeah, buddy, I fucking love this shit. Like, do you know what I mean? I was fucking so amped up, and I came away from that day with like just this fire in me, like a motivation, and I was so inspired. And I think from that, like, I was always already following bodybuilders and stuff, and I think from that point, I was like, I looked into actual competing more, so I watched that stuff, and I was like, if this is what it feels like, and this is like a lower level, I want to take it all the way. And I know it's going to be hard, I know I'm going to feel shit, but I want to do it. And to be fair, like, in my photo shoot, I did push my limits, like, if anything, a bit too far for what I should have for a photo shoot. So I knew I could take it there mentally if I needed to. And that's where I started to really go into it, and yeah, it absolutely fucking saved me. And now I couldn't imagine my life without it. Also, on top of that, the reason I met Paige is because of this stuff. Like, genuinely, like, I wouldn't have the life I have right now if it wasn't for bodybuilding. I wouldn't have met Paige, we wouldn't be living in Sheffield, we wouldn't be, like, competing together, prepping together. Like, none of this stuff would be happening. And if I'm going on a fucking cheesy one here, I'm deep in this big time, but like, fucking, this is my dream. Like, this is honestly my dream, to have a purpose, to have something that I love doing and I get to do for a living, and I get to do it with someone who loves it just as much as me and loves me just as much as well. So, like, this is honestly a fucking dream for me. Like, I fucking hell, prep's getting to me, I'm fucking getting all deep. But fucking, yeah, honestly, like, this is, I couldn't think of anything better than this. So, yeah, like, it's definitely been the best thing that's ever happened to me. If anyone knows me that's watching this from years ago, like, I'm not going to go into my past too much, but I've had a rough past. I've made mistakes, everyone's made mistakes as a young idiot, and being who I used to be compared to who I am now, like, I'm a completely different person. And
from what I've heard, yes.
Yeah. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, if anyone's thinking about getting into like fitness, or they're on the fence about doing it, like, just like oh, I don't know if it's worth it, or it's going to be hard work. Yes, it is hard work. But like, getting to where we are right now, which is still at the bottom of the bodybuilding scene, like, do you mean we are new to this? We're small fish in a big fucking sea. But at the same time, if you're thinking about just getting into it in general and just trying to like better your life, lose a few pounds, whatever it is, I honestly do it, because it will be the best thing you've ever done in your life. This type of thing, the discipline, the structure, like the hard work ethic you have to build up to change your physique, that leaks into your whole life, your relationships, your business, or your job, whatever it is. It will go into your whole life if you allow it to. So I really recommend just going for it if you're thinking about it.
In your opinion, what is the best meal to have multiple times daily? I feel like this needs a bit more context. So what is the best meal in regards to what? If it was something you're going to be eating multiple times daily and that was the only thing that you're going to be eating, obviously you'd want to have something that's like balanced. So you'd want your healthy fats in there, your proteins, your carbs, vegetables, fruits. Yeah, so I mean, typical bodybuilding meal, but I mean, I would say you probably couldn't go wrong with like chicken, rice, avocado, or like a bit of like olive oil, with obviously some vegetables in there, really, pretty much.
And a side of pineapple or something like that.
Yeah, like that's gonna hit pretty much everything you need. But it depends on what you like, what your goals are. Again, like you could make something out of cream of rice, really. That would be kind of pretty fine to eat multiple times. Well, there are people that eat cream rice multiple times a day.
Dean, if you're watching this, I'm talking about you. Fucking, you'd eat it 5 times a day if you could, 100%.
That's the thing, though. See, like with my meal plan, it's like there's a couple of meals on there. I'm like, I'd happily eat this a couple of times a day.
Yeah, like I said the other day, like steak.
Because like my breakfast as well.
Yeah, like my breakfast. So like eggs.
We have the same breakfast. Obviously, he has more than me. But like we have sourdough, bacon medallions, and eggs.
I could eat that.
And it's just, yeah, it's amazing.
Especially in a sandwich. I've grown up on bacon and egg sandwiches.
Yeah.
So
But then it's like cream of rice as well. I'm like, I could eat this multiple times a day.
Yeah.
And then it's like steak and chips. I could eat this multiple times a day.
Steak and chips, yeah. Easy. Fish and a rice cake.
At 12 o'clock, I'll have fish and a rice cake.
I'm not a huge lover of fish.
No, you like fish, dude.
No.
Yeah, sushi though, but not fish sushi.
No. Chicken sushi.
Yeah.
That's basically fake sushi in there.
It's pretty much chicken and rice again.
Okay, what is the main motivation for you to continue competing, and will you change to open? This is for you.
Oh shit. So, what motivation wise? I wouldn't say like if you're competing. I wouldn't say if you're competing for a motivational reason, it's probably going to be the wrong reason. If you're going to be competing as a bodybuilder and you want to do it for a long time, you really want to take it far, like you want to go all the way with it, or try to at least. You need to do it because you love it. Because when those hard times come, you're not going to be able to rely on motivation or anything to motivate you. Like even down to the point of like, oh, I was called fat as a kid and it really hurt me and all this type of stuff. Like those types of things you can do in like a photo shoot standpoint, or just in like a fat loss standpoint. You could use those like negative drivers, I call them, to keep pushing yourself forward through those hard times. But there's some people, like for instance with me, last year, like obviously I lost my mother before it, but she never got to see me compete. So in my head, that was a big driver for me for motivation. It was like, I'm doing this for her because hopefully she's looking down on me and she will finally get to see me compete. But then at the same time, things happen during prep. Like it's guaranteed, no one has a smooth prep. Something always happens. And when those things happen, if they're serious and something bad happens, like something really, really bad happens in that prep, you're not going to be able to rely on just that motivator. Like it's probably still not going to be enough. If that negative thing is bad enough, it can still throw you off. So essentially you have to do it for the love of it. And when I mean love it, I mean you have to be obsessed with it to the point where it's like, it doesn't matter what's going on in my life, fuck my feelings, fuck what's going on, I got a job to do. Like it's a bit like fucking,
yeah, like obviously like I feel like a lot of people as well are kind of jumping on because they see the glamour of show day.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I'll just speak from like a female perspective. They see the girls all tanned up, hair all done, makeup all done, they got jewellery, sparkly bikini, the nice heels, everything, and they look absolutely amazing. But it's like what it's taken to get to that day, like it's not glamorous. And I think a lot of people see the photos on Instagram of the girls looking absolutely amazing. Obviously, like they feel awful because they're so like depleted and just like on death's door at that point. But like obviously the day in itself is amazing because they finally get to show off that hard work they've put in. But all people see like is just what is posted on socials, and I think a lot of people kind of don't realise what it actually takes to get there on that day. And yeah, so you need to have like a genuine love for the process as well, like the stuff that it takes to actually get you to that big day. Like there's going to be times where, and like I say this, so obviously I haven't competed yet, but I did a mock prep last year alongside Keenan when he did his real prep, just in preparation for me to see like if I could handle it really. And yeah, like, you know, it gets to that point where it's like you have no energy to do anything, like your legs feel like lead, and it's like a chore in itself just to walk, even just to get dressed, and just the simplest of things that you wouldn't think would be a chore are. You get brain fog, like, yeah, you're just basically not human by the end of it.
You're a robot.
Yeah.
You're just doing the do because you have to.
Yeah. And like people who I may have spoken to about it who aren't bodybuilders, and I've said that, and they're like, why would you put yourself through that? Like, is it even worth it? And I'm like, yeah, it is. And it's like, it might sound like psychopaths for saying that, and maybe me like 6-7 years ago would think that I'd be a psychopath saying that as well.
To be fair, you have to be a little bit nuts to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
you're putting yourself through pain for enjoyment. So
yeah.
We are a bit like psychotic.
It's like, yeah, you have to have that genuine love for the whole thing, and not just strive for what is on that big day, like, you know, because that's just not enough to get you there, and it's just, you're doing it for the wrong reasons if that is the case as well. And the other part of that,
the open thing with it.
Yeah.
Just to summarise that quickly, I love classic. I'm always going to love classic. I know there are classic boys obviously get to the point where they outgrow their weight cap, and then they do decide to move over. Some of them just kind of try to lose muscle and just fight it, and try to basically stop their body from growing if what their body wants to do. But personally myself, I want to stay in classic. I'll always want to stay in classic, and I love the open bodybuilders. Like, I love watching it. I'm fucking very fascinated by it. Like, the fact that people can put that amount of mass on is absolutely mental. Like, I find it insane. Like, I got the utmost respect from, because when you're in the off season, people think the dieting part's hard. It's not. It's the off season, and those boys got to eat like a motherfucker. So, like, I got the utmost respect for it. But from like a health standpoint, like having that much mass, like there are complications and risks that come along with that. There's risks in bodybuilding all the way through, but I feel like the people who risk the most are the open bodybuilders. They've got obviously their androgen like usage and stuff. Their drug usage basically is a lot higher than anyone else's. You know, like the strain and stress they put on their bodies is a lot higher. So from that standpoint, I don't think I would ever want to get that big. But at the same time, I've got the utmost respect for open bodybuilders, and I do absolutely love watching it. Like, but personally myself, classic is where I love to be. Also, the posing, like, I love the fact that classic is like almost like an art form. The routines, like, even though they're not judged on them, I fucking love it when someone's got a classic routine and it just looks like an art form. So yeah, I'll always be classic, definitely. I'm saying that now, in a few years time I'll get too big and end up going to open or something.
No, I couldn't see you being an open.
Nah, I don't do it. My legs will never get that big.
No, I just feel like you're just classic.
Yeah. It's the moustache.
How long does it take to do bodybuilding, natty and not? So again, I feel like maybe a little bit more context would be needed to this question. Like, you can do bodybuilding for as long as you like, and people will maybe get like more done, just depending on genetics. So when it does come to be a natty or not, like, obviously people who aren't natty are likely to get further quicker, but that is only as long as they still put in the work. So you can have two people, you can have one natty, one who is not, and you know, if the one who is natty is like on it with absolutely everything, they're 100% like nailing absolutely everything, but then the person who is not natural is just like, well, I'm assisted anyway, you know, I can half-ass this shit. Like, no, like the natty person is probably, well, they will make a lot more progress a lot quicker. Yeah,
in the long run.
Because you can't just take steroids and be like, boom, I'm massive now. Like, do you know what I mean? You've still got to put in a shit ton of work. Like, you've still got to work as if you're not on anything. But yeah, obviously, if someone is not natural, they then have got the potential to progress that bit quicker. Obviously, that is the reason why people take stuff in the first place, is to be able to get, you know, where they want to be that little bit sooner. But it's not the be all and end all. It's not going to make the world of difference unless, you know, they have to be still putting in 100% absolutely everything. But again, you know, like genetics as well, that's going to play a massive part. Yeah, like some people are just more genetically gifted when it comes to building muscle mass. Some people aren't. Unfortunately, people who aren't have to not really work harder. I guess they do, but yeah, it just means that it's going to take them a little bit longer to get maybe to where they want to be in regards to bodybuilding. Also environment as well plays a big part. Like, you know, you can have two people, you can have one person who's got all the time in the world to absolutely dedicate every inch of their being to their process. Ooh, that was a big bump. And then you can have someone else who is literally like, you know, working 70 odd hours a week, trying to provide for their family of, like, you know, their partner and their 3 kids. Yeah, so there's many factors. Also, like, money as well is going to be a huge thing. Bodybuilding can be very expensive.
Oh yeah.
There are obviously ways that you can kind of budget and just make it a little bit more cost efficient for yourself, but if you are serious about keeping your health in the best spot that it can be as well, there are going to be many supplements that you're going to have to take, which will build up to quite a pricey chunk of money. On top of that, then it's obviously food, gym membership, like with myself and Keen, like paying for like posing lessons and things like that as well. Online coaching as well, like obviously we both have a coach, we have to pay for that. What else is there?
What did you say? Supplements, coaching,
posing.
Your bikini's like £500.
Obviously, like if you did want to like actually compete as well, because of course you haven't got to compete as a bodybuilder, but if you were to compete, like for example, like my heels, they cost me £100. They can be £150, £200, £250. My bikini's going to be £500. Tans, like 70 quid on the day. My makeup, I've booked, they're £100 per time. Hair, I'm probably going to try and do that myself. But yeah, like pretty much there's lots of different things that can factor how long it takes. And it's just like your starting position, and just basically what position you are in really, when it comes to the process. I mean, like with me, for example, I started training in general, and like just actually learning about nutrition and everything, in like mid 2020, and you know, like I don't really have like a time where I'm like, oh, I'm done now. So it can literally go on for as long as you'd like it to, I guess, really. People might get to where they want to be a bit sooner than others, I guess.
Yeah, like essentially there is no time limit to do bodybuilding per se, because you can bodybuild for the rest of your life. Do you know what I mean? You could do it you could start whenever and you can do it for as long as you want. Obviously there's going to come to a point where you're like 70 years old and you ain't going to be able to do it no more, like, but I still see, like in the gym that we used to be in our role, like there's guys that come in there, they train and stuff, like they're not bodybuilders per se, but I do know of bodybuilders that are like in their 60s, 70s and they're still training like bodybuilders, even though they're like they're a lot older now. Obviously you have masters and stuff as well. From a competitive standpoint, you have masters, people over 50 and stuff that are still competing as well. So you can basically do it for as long as your body will allow you to, really.
I mean, I guess if I was going to break it down in like simpler terms, I would say if you were to ask how long it takes to get into shape, because I'm assuming maybe that's more what this question means.
Yeah, or how long it takes to, like, yeah.
Again, it's going to be kind of dependent on the things that we've gone over. But what I will say is, because a lot of people, I think especially females as well, they kind of assume that you can do this like a really like big cut and then you'll be in shape and then you'll be happy. So one thing I am going to say is get yourself in a gaining phase and pack some muscle on. Like, you're not going to turn into Arnie Schwarzenegger. Trust me, like if that was the case, like I would be him by now, because I have given absolutely everything to this for, like, don't get me wrong, like Keenan said, I've made quite a bit of progress in my gaining phase, but like I've gone in with the kind of, not the expectation, but I've tried to pack on as much muscle as I physically can in my gaining phase. And in an ideal world, I would have put on more muscle than what I have. So, you're not going to gain too much muscle by accident. So put your trust into someone to guide you through a good gaining phase. Get a bit of muscle on you, and I promise you, like, when you do that cut, then you will have that really nice feminine shape that you're probably striving to have. You want the big glutes, the big legs, the nice curvy, you know, small waist. So yeah, again, it's gonna be dependent on the person, the starting position, and the environment in general. But yeah,
Smashed it.
yeah, that's the end of our questions for today anyway.
Bosh. It's home now, innit?
Yeah.
Obviously, posing's done. Oh shit. Probably gonna have to get some steps in.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna have to get some steps in. We got another 2 meals left as well, me. So get some food down us. Yeah, we're probably. You're not really going to be interested in watching us just walk around the streets.
No.
Or we'll do a full day of eating when it's more interesting, when we're having like refeeds, high days, stuff like that, peak week, stuff like that. We'll probably do like full days of eating on those ones, so keep an eye out for them. Other than that, obviously any likes, comments, subscriptions, stuff like that really, really helps the algorithm. Obviously, the more we grow this page, the more content we can put out and the better content we can put out. So drop a comment if you've watched to the end now. Obviously, I'd like to know if you have watched to the end. So drop a comment in the box below, just saying what you've taken from this video, or possibly what.
If you thought it was shit, you can just say that as well.
Yeah. Give us some constructive feedback. We won't cry. It's fine. I'm not that deep into prep yet. Yeah. But other than that, or drop in the box, drop a comment, just saying what you'd like to see. So obviously we want to give out value in these vlogs, as well as just showing you more about who we are as people. But yeah, we want to give out stuff that people really want to watch as well. And obviously we're new to this, so this is it's all we're just learning as we go along. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends, your family, your dog. Yeah, and that's about it. Sound.
Catch you in the next one.
Peace out, fuckers.